Hi, my name is Jeanette and I want to thank you for joining me on Jane Reads today. Today's video was inspired by Chantel from Chantel Reads All Day. I am doing her Read Your Bookshelf Challenge for 2022, and for May's prompt it's Read a New to You author. So I thought I would share about the authors that are new to me that I'm looking forward to reading soon, hopefully this year. I will start with the first book or the first author that I'm going to read in the month of May, and that is Jo Wright. So I'm starting with The Curse of Misty Wayfair. She writes mystery suspense in a dual timeline. So there's a historical line and a contemporary storyline, and then the two are weaved together from what I'm told. I have never read anything by her. I've heard a lot of talk about her, both a good and bad. So she's been on my list to kind of like, do I want to try her for a while? And then I found this book in a thrift store in March. So it was the sign, okay, it's time. And then it came up on my May prompts. I'm doing the, what's it called? I'm doing the Christian fiction readathon with Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. And so this one fit 3 of the 5 prompts. So it was like, okay, it's time to read it. So I will be reading this month, and I'll let you know if I will be picking up more by her or not later on. Then on the historical genre line, I also in March picked up A Rumored Fortune by Joanna Davidson Politano. I'm not sure how to say the last name. So this is historical, set in Victorian England. So I'm really interested. I've gotten into historicals quite a bit, and especially those set in England just kind of capture my heart. I'm always intrigued by them. So this one will be the first one that I pick up by her because it's the only one I actually own. If I enjoy this one, I do have a couple others on my list by her that I really want to read. And those two are Lady Jane Disappears and The Love Note. So if you've read this or those two, please let me know because I'm very interested to know kind of what the thoughts are. Then also in the historical genre fiction, I recently picked up, I think this was also in March, I picked up this series by Elizabeth Camden. It is another they set in the Gilded Age, and I think this one's set in the States. For Congress, I'm pretty sure it's set in the United States. Well, it says Gilded Age America. Yeah, Washington, D.C. So, because the thrift store had all 3 books, I thought, well, that's a sign, let's try her, because I've been looking for some more historical authors to read. So this will be the other author. Again, if you've read her, please let me know. Then another historical fiction author that I really want to try at some point. I only own 1 book by her right now, but it's not really the book I want to start with by her, but I own it on my Kindle. So it probably should be the book I start with because I already own it rather than buying a book, right? That makes sense? So that book or that author is Sarah Sundin, and the book that I own is A Distant Melody. But the book that really intrigues me and that I've heard so many good things about recently is Until Leaves Fall in Paris. This is such a pretty cover. So that just draws me in and I want to read it. And then I've heard really good things about her writing. So she is on my list to try. I think that's it for the historical. Then another author that I don't own any books by her yet, but I keep hearing about and want to read is Carrie Stewart Parks. From what I understand, she writes mystery suspense. And the one book that I just keep seeing and kind of really draws me in is, Relative Silence. Like, it just, I don't know, there's something about it that just, I don't know if it's the mist on the cover, the girl, the wind, I don't know. There's just something. This is one of her older books. This came out in 2020. So it just says, after a personal tragedy, Piper Boone retreats to her childhood home, a secluded mansion for the wealthy Boone family, who are practically American royalty. When catastrophe strikes, her family is put in the spotlight, and the line between victim and suspect gets blurred. So, I don't know. I'm just intrigued, and I've heard so many good things about her that I want to try at some point. So, other books she has is Fragments of Fear, Portrait of Vengeance, Woman in Shadow, Fallout, Formula of Deception. So we'll see. Then another mystery author that I need to read, because I now own 4 of the 6 books, is Juliana Dearing. That's book 6. So I don't own book 1, but book 2 is Death by the Book. Book 3 is Murder at the Mikado. Book 5 is Murder at the Moor. And book 6 is Death at Thorburn Hall. So my mother read 3 of these books. These 3 she gave to me, and said she really enjoyed them. So I thought, And because me and my mom tend to enjoy very similar books, there's a few books that we kind of disagree on, but usually we enjoy kind of the same books. So I thought, okay, let's try them. Then the last author that's on my list to try is Carolyn Miller. Now, I already own 2 books by her. They're both historical. I'm trying to think what they're called. I didn't pull it up on my computer. I'm just going to pull it up now. The Captivating Lady Charlotte and The Elusive Miss Ellison. So these are both Regency Brides books, and I've had them for a while, but because I've been looking for historical authors, I thought, hey, let's try these ones. However, I haven't got to them yet. But now she is on my list of want to read now, because she has just come out just this year with a contemporary line. And that is, the series is called The Original 6 Hockey Romance. Now, I absolutely love hockey. NHL hockey. Like, yeah, it's whenever I can watch it, I'm watching it. So I'm really intrigued by this series. And just as soon as I saw that it was hockey based, focuses on hockey characters, I'm like, oh, I've got to read that. Got to read that. And so I have book 1 on my Kindle, so then the rest of the books I will get once I finish book 1, because I don't want to buy them all when I haven't read from her yet. They are being released slowly this year, so right now all books 1 to 5 are out, and book 6 comes out the end of July. So hopefully I will enjoy book 1. Book 1 is The Breakup Project. It is the twin sister of hockey's hottest forward, romance-loving Brie Carlson is used to being ignored, leading to a New Year's resolution to not date any athlete in her attempt to find Mr. Right. But what happens when the man who might prove to be her personal Mr. Darcy is her brother's hockey-playing best friend? So it's a romance, obviously. So I'm really looking forward to this series. So she is one that's on my list to try. So have you read any of these authors? Is there any authors that maybe I haven't mentioned that you think I really need to try or need to read? Because, what book lover isn't always looking to add books to their list, right? So I want to thank you for joining me today, and have a good day. Bye.